games happened on 11th. Let's get into it. Saturday was a Saturday. The first game is the Brooklyn Nets barely lost to Sixers at home, 101-98. D'Anthony Melton, it's tough to hold on to him at the moment. Again, another game where he was minus 12 in his 14 minutes. And Tyrese Maxey played 34 minutes off the bench and is a plus 17. It might be a game by game case. How many minutes he's gonna get? Doc Rivers is clearly, the last two games, D'Anthony Melton didn't play well, but he might play 25 minutes. So I would hold on to him if you don't need to win next week. I would just hold on to him to see one or two more games, but he's close to a job for sure. James Harden, 29 points. James Harden played well, really, really well. Had only 6 assists, but added a steal and a block and 9 for 9 from the free throw line. Same thing with Joel Embiid, 37 points. Great efficiency. Claxton is just too too skinny to stop Joel Embiid inside. But Claxton did have 4 blocks. Tobias Harris has been horrible. He's a guy that we could actually look to drop in the playoffs. Because once the playoff starts, what does Tobias Harris really give you? Wow, he's actually the 50th ranked player. Wow. He give you great efficiency. Sure, the points is valuable. But, if you're in a situation you need to win assists and steals, he's somebody they could, even top 40, top 50 players, you could drop them, right? If they're like one category specialist and you're in the second round of the playoffs and they get hurt, right? But he hasn't been good at all lately. He's still 50th ranked player on the season, but he has not been good. And a lot of value coming from his efficiency. All right, we'll look at Brooklyn Nets. Cameron Johnson played, and Mikal Bridges played, and Dorian Finney-Smith. So this lineup is, I think it actually fit Ben Simmons really, really well. A lot of 3-and-D players, a lot of shooters. But Ben Simmons only played 60 minutes this game, which is not ideal. I wonder, are they just managing his minutes at this moment? Or, what are they doing with him? Why only play him 60 minutes? But anyway, the main guys all played over 30, which is great. And Cam Johnson has been, now he just only played 18 minutes. So that, which is disappointing. Just gonna hold on to, if I have him, I'm gonna hold on to him for a few more games to see what happens. But it looks like they're not gonna start him. They're not gonna give him high minutes, at least for now. Spencer Dinwiddie get 30, Mikal Bridges gets 30, Dorian Finney-Smith get 30, Cameron Johnson. They have a lot of wing guys, and they all, Cameron Johnson. Sure, I would love to hold on to him for a few more games just to see what happens. He had 2 threes and 3 steals, which is really nice. And Royce O'Neal now he comes off the bench as well. So he's a drop for sure. Royce O'Neal is a drop. Claxton, of course, he's going to continue to start and playing well. Had 4 blocks in just 20 minutes. All right, let's go to the next game. The Denver Nuggets, easy win over the Charlotte Hornets, 119-105. Jokic, 20th triple-double, easy. Added 2 blocks as well, 16 rebounds. My God, the guy, I don't know. He should be the MVP, to be honest. He should be the MVP. But, I don't get to vote. KCP played well. Also, 15 points, added a steal and 2 blocks. Jamal Murray has been out, so Bruce Brown is a guy that we want to stream. 14 points, 5 assists, and a steal. And Michael Porter Jr., Bruce Brown is streaming, and Aaron Gordon also was out this game. I don't think it's anything serious. Michael Porter Jr., let's take a look at him, how he's been doing this year. He's been in and out of the lineup, but ranking-wise, he's doing not amazing, 77th ranked, but better than I thought. He's just like Tobias Harris. He's kind of like a Tobias Harris. Although Tobias Harris this year has been getting, 1 steal, which is good for his standard. Michael Porter Jr. only 0.5 blocks because he's really long. In the past he can average almost close to 1 block. That make him like almost top 60 if he's averaging 1 block. And obviously the minutes is only 29 minutes. His usage is not that high. Only 5.4 rebounds as well. So overall, I think a disappointing year. And he missed a bunch of games played only 40 this year. We look at Charlotte Hornets. I mean, they are also a very disappointing year for them. LaMelo Ball. Next year, I think he's going to be undervalued. He's a guy that I'm very happy to take in the second round. I think if he gets slipped to late second, I think you're going to get great value from him because he had such a not a bad year. He's still a top 30 player, but efficiency wise, it wasn't great. And counting numbers not as good as last year, maybe because of the injury. 12 assists, 9 rebounds, and 2 steals. Terry Rozier had 1 3, but added 3 steals, so I guess that's good. Mark Williams is the guy that we want to. Wow, this game Nick Richards actually got more minutes than him. I'll keep my eye on. I'll pick up Mark Williams because he's in a bit of foul trouble, but I wouldn't be surprised they're going to be in a split situation. But it's worth picking up and just see how things go. PJ Washington, another great night. An okay night. 22 points is great and added 2 blocks, and Gordon Hayward. Yeah. Had a so-so game, to be honest. The next game went overtime, and they only scored 107 points. The Miami Heat beat the Orlando Magic. I think Gabe Vincent is the guy that we should look to stream. He has such high minutes. 20 points, right? 4 threes with 2 assists and a steal. Yeah, let's go stream him and just see what happens. Tyler Hero had 23 points with 2 threes. Ben Adebayo, 17 rebounds, 2 steals and a block, 13 points. Yeah, they all play well. Jimmy Butler, 2 steals and 2 blocks. Finally, a great game. Jimmy hasn't missed a game in a while, I think, which is great. Just 12th ranked player every single year in that range. Wow, quietly, he's averaging 2.1 steals. I didn't realize that late this season. So the steals is very, very solid. And obviously, free throw is another big strength of him. Bam, again, the defensive stats start coming in. On the season, Bam, he's been on a tear. But still, just a 25th ranked player. To move up, I think the 0.8 blocks needs to go up. And he gets absolute 0 threes. If you're pounding threes, he's giving you great value as well. For the Magic, Pancaro struggled. But still, front of field still had 13 rebounds and added 3 turnovers. It's okay. Franz Wagner has been horrible. And he is 130 ranked player. Main thing is he's scoring a decent amount and he's efficient, but he doesn't. Other than that, 1.6 threes is not that impressive. 0.9 steals is okay. Another guy that you could, you don't need the scoring. You could drop him in the playoffs because all he does give you is the points and nothing else. Especially you go deeper in your final round, you don't need points. Why do you even need him, right? Wendell Carter Jr. had 14 rebounds and 2 threes, pretty good. Garrett Harris Garrett Harris started. Interesting. Jalen Suggs keeps coming off the bench. Had a big game, 4 steals and 3. He does have upside. So I would stream Jalen Suggs, especially if they got a good schedule. The minute's gonna be up and down, but I like and he can also get assists as well. So his game is pretty fantasy friendly. Markelle Fultz had 17 points with 5 fouls. Not the best game, but a must roster. Wow, the Wizards scored 127 points, beat the Pacers 113-127. Buddy Hield hit 4 threes, added 2 steals. Buddy Hield has been great this year. One big thing is he's getting a lot of defensive stats. Buddy is, he's 43rd ranked player, averaging 1.2 steals. Usually just maybe 50-60 because his main thing is, he's hitting 3.8 threes. But I thought coming into the year he's going to hit more threes, but not this many steals. But overall, pretty good. Can't complain. Miles Turner played just 26 minutes. No blocks, but he's been scoring a lot. Tyrese Halliburton hit 5 threes, 7 assists, and 2 steals. Great. Benedict Mathurin, 7 for 18, had 16 points. Yeah, I mean, this team, a lot of guys that, if Miles Turner is out, Isaiah Jackson is a must roster. Right, if Tyrese Halliburton is out, TJ McConnell is a must roster. With everybody healthy, not so much. For the Wizards, Bradley Beal, Beal this year is pretty weird. His efficiency is off the chart. He is actually 47th ranked player, but he only played 33 games. So that's the big thing with him. Averaging 22, 23 points, 1.7 threes. Yeah, he's not the guy that's going to average 30 points. What's surprising this year, only 0.8 steals, that maybe that could go up. So his usage is actually a little bit low, but what's really surprising is the 52% from the field. 47, 48, probably more natural for him, but wow, 52%. And another great efficiency night. So, if you have him, you take it. Monty Morris came back, so Delon Wright still played 23 minutes. He could still be a streamer for steals. Danny Edvia still got 30 minutes. Played really well, 7 for 8, but Kyle Kuzma out. You can't really trust it. Daniel Gafford is a must roster. Had 4 blocks. Yep. His blocks alone probably make him a must roster in category leagues. And obviously, if you don't need blocks, or rebounds, you don't need to have him, right? But he give you such a big boost, right? Sometimes this guy single-handedly can win you blocks, right? Unless the other team's got like 5 Miles Turners or Jaren Jackson Jr.'s. Corey Kispert, Porzingis had 17 points and 10 rebounds, 8 for 8. Yeah, Porzingis has been crazy good this year. Super, super healthy. All right, we go to the next game. The San Antonio Spurs lost to the Antahawks. No surprise, 106, 125. And Zach Collins had to play huge minutes, but he had 3 personal fouls, maybe a little bit foul trouble. 5 turnovers, didn't have the best game, only 23 minutes. And the rest of the center minutes, some of them went to Isaiah Roby, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Dominic Barlow played 19 minutes. Is he a center? But either way, Zach Collins is the guy we want to have. Jeremy Sancho came back, played 21 minutes, and had a great game. 18 points, 5 assists, a steal and a block. Yeah, he's worth having, I think, in fantasy. Only 21 minutes, but who knows how many minutes he's going to get next game. But his game is pretty friendly. He can get a lot of defensive stats if you're looking for those. Keldon Johnson, minus 23, a team worst. 25 points. Well, he also played the longest, so I guess. 25 points. We still need to roster him, but he mainly give you points and threes, which is, valuable, obviously. For the Atlanta Hawks, Trey, 17 assists is great. Added 5 turnovers and 2 threes. Devontae Murray, now it's more like, beginning of the season, he was getting close to 10 assists a game as well. Now it's kind of like, only 3 now, which doesn't help his fantasy value. And the steals is not exactly there either. Murray on the season he's a guy that's getting drafted in the second, third round. Yeah, 26, so it's not too far, to be honest. Still getting 1.6 steals and 21 points. Capella had 3 blocks, played 29 minutes, and Okongwu only gets 19. It's, again, another handcuff situation where Capella ever gets hurt. Okongwu is a must roster. John Collins added some defensive stats. That's great. 2 steals and 2 blocks, 17 points. And DeAndre Hunter finally had a great offensive game, and Bogdanovic hit 3 threes coming off the bench. In my opinion, Bogdanovic is the must roster because he hits so many threes. The next game, wow, the Jazz lost to the Knicks, 120, 126. The Jazz is being on a losing streak, but they are on the road, so couldn't fault them too much. The new look, Lauri Markkanen, 29 points, struggled a little bit from the field, but now they don't really have a true point guard, right, to set everybody up. Because you have Clarkson and Sexton, they're more like shoot first. Colin Sexton got 5 assists, but it's not his natural game, I feel like. I also thought that, but he needs to be rostered. Jordan Clarkson played okay. And Walker Kessler had 15 rebounds and 2 blocks, so that's good. That's good enough. I'll take it. Only took 3 shots in 35 minutes. Kelly Olynyk is a must roster. Played just 26 minutes with 5 fouls. He could be a league winner, right? A couple years ago, he was like a top 20 player once he started getting minutes. Now that Vanderbilt is out of the way, he could get 30 minutes a night and really put up some nice numbers. Because he could do everything: blocks, steal, threes, assists, rebounds. Great efficiency. We look at the Knicks. Quentin Grimes' minutes is just lower and lower. They gave Josh Hart 25 minutes. Is Josh Hart needs to be rostered? I don't. If you already have him, sure. But I think he could be. He maybe could be droppable. I'm not sure. If he only gets 25 minutes a night, he's not a must roster. He could be a stream guy. Isaiah Hartenstein been playing super well, 14 rebounds here again. With Mitchell Robinson out, I think for sure he's worth streaming. Jalen Brunson, another huge game, 38 points, 14 for 15 from the free throw line. And his amazing season continues. I think he's better in real life than in fantasy. Fantasy, he doesn't really get a lot of steals and assists or threes. Julius Randle had 31 points, also great. RJ played okay, 20 points. Yeah, all the Knicks starters played quite well. And Emmanuel quickly able to come in and play 23 minutes. But a great win for the Knicks. The next game, what a low-scoring game. 89-97, the Bulls lost to the Cavs. Zach Levy, 23 points, is still on the block with 5 turnovers. An okay game. And DeMar DeRozan, another below-average game, only 16 points and 2 threes. But they only scored 89 points. Patrick Williams, out of nowhere, had 4 steals. I think he's just a streamer. The minutes is a little bit inconsistent lately. But if the schedules are good, he's a guy that we want to stream. Vucevic had double-double, 14 points and 14 rebounds. And Alex Caruso, a little bit disappointing, only 21 minutes. Could still be a streamer, right, for steals. But that's all he is. If he only gets 20 to 23 minutes a night. For the Cavs, Donovan, another great game, 29 points. A steal and 2 blocks. Sure, finally he started playing a little bit better. Maybe the injury is bothering him a little bit. So the big four, they all play well. Garland, Allen, Mobley, they just kind of did their thing. They only scored 97 points, so nobody really went off. Like Donovan Mitchell, your whole team scored 100. That's 30% of your points. Scored by Donovan. Let's go to the next game. The LA Lakers. This is a great win for the Lakers, and they did not have LeBron. They beat them at Golden State. Anthony Davis, what happened? Maybe the injury still. He goes 5 for 19. He's still a +8. Had 3 blocks, 16 rebounds. But yeah, I mean the injury is, as long as he's playing, he can't complain too much, to be honest. But obviously, since coming back from the injury, he's not playing the level he was before. He definitely needs some rest, or he's not 100%. The injury is bothering him. And D'Lo, this is his first game. He's looking. He played okay, 15 points, 6 assists. He's not going to put up the numbers he was on the Timberwolves without Cat. But, I mean, Cat is going to come back eventually anyway, so maybe coming to the Lakers, he could get more assists, more open shots maybe. Not bad first game. Dennis Schroeder went off. Without LeBron, sure, he's a guy. And then also Russell Westbrook is got. So Dennis Schroeder is going to have good minutes the rest of the way. Rui Hachimura chipped in. Yeah, this is a great win for the Lakers. Malik Beasley sometimes could get more minutes as well. Yeah, I like this trade. Malik Beasley is a great three-point shooter. Although he missed every single one, but hey, once LeBron comes back, those shooters can really get to work. For the Warriors, a bad loss, but they didn't have Curry. Jordan Poole had 29 points. Great. Again, before Curry comes back, you're going to really enjoy him. But once Curry does come back, some nights he's only going to play 23 minutes and give you 2 points and 4 turnovers. Some nights he's going to score 30. So Klay Thompson, same thing. 15 points. Once Curry comes back, he's going to take a very big dip. Draymond played a hell of a game, actually. 12 points, 10 assists, 7 rebounds, 2 steals, and about. That's more of the Draymond Green we envisioned if you draft him in the. But this year he's been getting 0 defensive stats. It's more of an effort thing, I feel like, for Draymond. Sometimes some games he's just not trying as hard. Lakers, I guess he tries pretty hard. Versus AD. Dante DiVincenzo, I think, could also be a streamer as long as Curry is out. And Curry, when is Curry going to be back? Maybe another month? Not sure. All right. The last game of the night, the Dallas Mavericks and the Kings. They lost to the Kings 120-133. And this game went overtime. It's not easy to beat Kings, so shouldn't feel too bad about it. Kyrie and Luka both play well. And Luka is going to take a usage hit, I think, with Kyrie around. Which, Luka deserves some rest. I'm sure he's happy to. But fantasy-wise, he's going to take a big hit. Kyrie had played really well again, 20 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, still in the block. Josh Green, Tim Hardaway Jr. left the game. Josh Green needs to be picked up. He's gonna play some huge minutes. He needs to be picked up. Same thing with Reggie Bullock. With Tim Hardaway Jr. out, hammy issues, he could be out for a week. So just pick him up and see how things go. Pick up both of them. For the Kings, the two All-Stars, of course, De'Aaron Fox, and making his free throws, 12 for 14, really good. Sabonis, 14 rebounds and a steal. Only 2 assists, but they're putting up solid numbers. Kevin Huerter added 3 threes as well. And Terrence Davis sometimes just give us surprises. Come out of nowhere, played 32 minutes, had a decent game, but we don't really want to touch him unless De'Aaron Fox is out. But Terrence Davis can put up numbers. Another guy that we know by now. Give him 30 minutes, he could be a top 60 player. That's it, guys. I'll see you next time.